Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. It is 9:49 Sunday morning in Texas. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, please. Um, and we're gonna get the show rolling. We're gonna start putting out our Sunday morning weekly prep videos. We need to get you guys funded. We need to get you guys in these accounts and get you bankrolled. Right? That's the plan. But some folks are doing it all wrong. All right? They're trying to go really big every day, blowing accounts like it's nothing. And that's just not the way, man. I really feel like the way is a couple $100 a day. Stop trading. Do that every day, consistently, and you will become very profitable. Do that across a few accounts. Don't copy trade. Have a few accounts that you trade. You're doing shitty on one account, trade over to another one. Don't keep trading that account down. Jump over to another one, take a breath, and regain some focus and get your shit together. Take another entry. Start with small wins, $50, $25, whatever you got to do. If you got to jump over to micros, doing 3 or 4 micros, do what you got to do. Just a couple of $100 a day, though, is all you really have to do. Let me show you here. What are we up a grand on this one? My payout will be. I can't get paid this Wednesday because it will be only 10 days on the 7th. So this Wednesday, I'm looking for another $1,000 payout. I blew my last funded, which I got my payout, so I can get paid out 2 more grand from these guys from Buell and then I will be. I can take up to 10. I can take more than 1,000 out at a time. So these next few Wednesdays, I'm looking forward to taking some big bank. But you can see 300, 182, 284, 123, 97. Now Friday was a brutal day for me. You can see 88 trades. I even journaled that day. I was like, what are you doing, bro? What is this? 88 trades. Look, 6 trades, 40. That's even crazy. 6 trades, 12 trades. So this is definitely out of hand here. But we made 1,000 for the week. Next week I plan on making 1,000 to 1,500. I want to do a little better this week, so that the next few days, the 2 days prior to that next Wednesday when I can get my payout, I won't have so much stress on myself, for the like $600 because you have to have the buffer. So, anyways, I just wanted to show you it's completely possible to do this. You just gotta small wins 60, 80, 137, 75, 15, 45, 10, 170. Losses, a break even 237. That's a big loss. 130, 35, 20, 225. But all these gains will make up for that. So, and I still have a 61% win average. So, kiss my ass, man. So instead of having, an $800 day one day, and then $100 day, and then a negative 600, and then a $1,200 day, just consistently make $200 or $300 a day, and that's it. Okay. All right. I'm off my soapbox. Now let's get y'all ready. Let's get our levels going. Let's get to the weekly. Clear the chart. Remove drawings. So here on the NASDAQ, we've been pumping. What I do every week on Sunday, you'll be joining me now, hopefully. We mark off our weekly high, weekly low. Use your magnet. Makes it too easy, right? On the NASDAQ, there's our weekly high, weekly low. Previous week's high, previous week's low. you could mark that off because that's where that gap is going to be. So we do want to actually mark the top of that previous week. Okay, get down to our daily. Let's mark off our daily high and low. Previous day high, previous day low. So now we got some clean lines flowing. Not a bunch of crap going all over the place. We'll be in this range until we are out of it. So that's why I mark up the levels within this range. Now our 4 hour. I'm going to go ahead and mark this high. Bada boom. And since that's a double bottom there on the 4 hour, let's mark that off. Oh, where are you at, bro? Alright, that gives us some levels here to work with. Drop to the 1 hour. We'll be inside this range until we break to the top side or out of the bottom. And then we'll go to fill that gap here. Right? That's what I'm looking for this week, is that gap fill, ultimately. Whether we go up after that, I don't know. Nobody does, and nobody can tell you that. We only know in the moment what it's doing, ever. What price decides to do. What we do as humans at buying and selling, you know, those levels. That's what it equates to. So I believe we're going to get some pullbacks this week. Tonight we're going to find out. Might short some pops, you know. But those are our main levels there on the NASDAQ. 30 minute. We're kind of just in this middle range here, so let's drop that to the 15. Convert that back down. And I like to run double charts. I'll run a 15, 30, hourly, whatever over here. And this one's always 1 minute to a 5 minute chart. So NASDAQ levels marked off. Alright, we good there? Did you get those levels? I'm not going to call out numbers and stuff. You're a big boy or a big girl. You should be able to figure that out. Okay, ES, which I've already marked out, but we will clear it out, right? I've already set up my levels for the week. Let's just remove drawings. Reset and go to the weekly. So it'll be almost identical to the NASDAQ, since they are very closely correlated. There's our this week's high and low. Previous week high is the same as this week's low. Then last week's low is down there. Let's mark that off just in case we need to know that. Daily high and low. Let's mark off that high, since it's the same as the weekly here. Important level here. That was our high. I'm going to mark that off. That was our breakout point, essentially. We got 1, 2, 3. Then this fourth try it broke out. So we definitely at least have to come down to check this price at 6,800. But that gap there, let's drop that daily, is here, and that gap was filled on the ES. So that gap was filled there. You got this gap here that was filled, and then this gap got filled by the ES. So it may be a wild week, folks. I'll be watching this. If we continue to break out and go higher on the ES, then to tag that 70 mark, you know, that'd be sweet. 7,000 in the ES. We'll have to see. Now that I'm looking at the ES, man, the NASDAQ's got a way to go to fill that gap. But it could do it quickly. Like, boom, within literally seconds, it could fill the gap and come right back up. And then we're back to bullish again. There goes your bearish thesis. But, you know, we do have lower highs. So that's a fact, Jack. There was that one area, actually, which I marked off with that. Well, that was right there. So I had that with a rectangle going on, kind of like this here. That looks like a good, what's that? That's probably like the 618 retracement level right there. No, it's lower. Okay, so this is the 618. Yeah, that's halfway. All right, I like it. I like the drawings. I always try to confirm myself or my drawings with that fib levels. Usually they mark up perfectly because that's what everyone else is watching. So usually don't even have to use fibs. It's just you can after a while you start to see it. But that's what we're looking at. Look to sell pops unless we break out bullish again. Oh, look at that on the 5 minute. Upside inverted head and shoulders possibly kind of sloping down there. We're in that downtrend, bit of kind of rambling now. Let's see, I apologize. Let's see what we got for news going on this week as far as anything. We had FOMC last week. Let's go to Forex Factory. Look at their calendar here. Okay, tonight, nothing major. Tomorrow, the Swiss. Here we go. ISM PMI, Monday morning at 8 a.m. my time. This is 9 a.m. New York time. So we have PMI. Aussie has some good news, or big news, red folder news, Tuesday, we have JOLTS, job openings, and then the Kiwi. Wednesday, non-farm. Okay, so Wednesday we got big news. Friday we have PCE. So yeah, a couple of news events this week to look out for. Definitely Wednesday, Friday. And kind of see how we recover from FOMC. That wasn't too crazy of a move. It was pretty stagnated, if you ask me. But those are your levels for the week. So let's pay attention. I'll be going live. Usually during Asia is when I'm live. That's when I like to get my money that evening. That way the next day, if I have to trade, I will. If I already made my money the night before, I don't even trade the next day. That's usually my plan. Make the money in the Asian session, and then don't have to trade the New York. Unless I need to make money. If I'm down in the Asian, then I got to make it back up. Then that's what it is. So join me, like, subscribe. Let's do the damn thing. Let's make some money. Remember, base hits all day. That home run will come. Knock them base hits out.